Welcome everyone from around the world. This is Red Owl, and we're going to discuss Peach's new all-time low. Well, Peach has hit a new all-time low, and now we also know she doesn't respect the dead. See, back in the days, everyone respected the dead, but see, these newfound people, they're not young, so I won't call her young or youngin'. She is a grown woman. These Generation Z? No, the millennial generation. Exactly, that's what generation she is. She's a millennial. They don't respect the dead. They don't respect a lot of things of old because they want to reinvent the wheel. But they don't really understand that they cannot reinvent the wheel. The wheel works and it's going to continue working, and until somebody who's actually brilliant comes up with a new idea, that's the only way that's going to change. But let's get back to Peach. Peach has no consideration for her children. She doesn't care how they feel. Wood didn't just lose a father. The children lost a grandfather and they lost an uncle. And if they knew them, because she's only disassociated herself with her family and made Wood disassociate himself with his family for what? Going on 2 years? So those kids, a lot of them are older than 2 and they know those people. So how do they feel about losing an uncle and then losing a grandfather? But yet, only thing Peaches cares about is herself. How she feels about it. She don't care because she can't be the star. She can't be like the new word, the main player. She can't be that person because she's a narcissist. She needs all the attention on her. She needs to have all the control. Like she says, she wants Wood to choose her over his family because she's not rational and she's not empathetic. She is a true narcissist. And she is not autistic. So people who keep trying to associate her with autistic people, she's not autistic. I work with autistic people. I have family members who are autistic, and they do not behave like her. She is a complete and utter narcissist, and she's more borderline a sociopath, in my humble opinion. And let me say this is fair use. This is for entertainment purposes only. This is my opinion, and I'm sharing it because I can. So back to Peaches. Peaches does things just so that she can always put the spotlight on herself. She's always the victim. Everything, if you look at her symptoms, you'll see that she's a narcissist. She has every sign and symptom of being a narcissist. She has to have all the attention. She is always the victim. She's never wrong. She never apologizes for anything she's done. She always sees herself in this perfect light. And that's the life of living with Peaches. But let me talk about Wood for a moment. Wood, he's a broken man. He's broken. And the funny thing, what makes me laugh the hardest is when Peach says, my husband is a praying husband. Stop lying. Every time you have a baby in the NICU, you talk about your husband's a praying husband. Stop your shit. This girl knows how to pull on the heartstrings of the people so well. She's an actress, just like she says she is. She sat up in that NICU with the baby on her chest and says she's an actress. She took classes for it, and if her mama would have came to any of her shows or whatever, she would know how well she acts. This woman is acting most of the time so that she can make the people respond the way she wants them to. But the people fall for it. Their little heartstrings are pulled, and they feel sad for Peach. I don't feel sad for Peaches. No. Peaches feels no sympathy for anyone else. Why would I feel sad for her? Because she crying about something that happened 30 years ago, 20 years ago, when her mother wasn't in her right mind. Yeah, I agree that when mothers are young and having children, and still trying to live their own life. Sometimes they expose children to too much. But guess what? We've all had to get over it. It even happens in rich households, people who have lots of money. This is not something that only happens in poor households. But guess what? We're not going to relive this every day like Peach wants to do. She thinks that she is the end all be all, like she's the judge and jury over everyone's life and how everyone should live. She's not the judge and jury. She's just one insignificant woman that wants to make herself bigger than life. The Peaches story, the Peaches Mcintyre story is bullshit. You're not precious, Peaches. You're not precious. Your mom isn't Monique in the movie. I forgot what the precious mother's name was in the movie. That's not your life. You're not getting no movie. Tyler Perry not making a movie about your life. That's probably what you're trying to get, a movie made about your life. You went through such hardships. But the Shade Room ain't picking you up. No Jumper ain't picking you up. World Star Hip Hop ain't picking you up because nobody cares anymore. Everybody sees through your nonsense. You're a liar. Okay? And you don't care about your kids. You put these kids through too much shit. You can't even let the kids have something to their own self. But anyway, let me get off this rant. And also, my condolences to Wood and his family. It's hard to lose multiple family members so quickly. And a wife that has no sympathy or empathy for you is tragic. And I don't know how you can put up with this, Wood. I don't know how you sit back and allow this, but I know how you do it because you are inebriated. You're inebriated. I don't care how she say you're sober. No, you drink to forget what this woman does. This woman is out of control. She's totally out of control. She's totally unhinged. And everybody's acting like, oh, poor Peaches. No poor Peaches. Or everybody ain't acting like that. A few content creators are acting like poor Peaches, and I can understand, and I can't say that we don't know what happened in her childhood. Who cares what happened? Who cares? We done heard enough. Everybody has something happen in their childhood. Everybody had something that traumatized them somewhat in their childhood. They grew up and they got over it. They had families and they tried to make sure their families didn't experience the same things they experienced as children. That's what we did. That's what we do, and that's what we did. If you was molested as a child, you try to make sure that you keep an eye on your kids, a close watch to make sure that don't happen to them. But Peach ain't doing that. Peach got her little daughter, her precious little daughter, with all of these boys, and I don't care if they're her brothers. That doesn't mean a thing. Like she said, child on child abuse. Yeah, that does happen. Most kids do suffer from some kind of abuse from a peer, a child, another child. So Peach, why you don't protect your daughter? Why you don't protect your daughter? Why you let her be exposed? Why you do that? That's heartbreaking that you do that. That just shows you don't really, it just looks like you don't care about that little girl. It's crazy. Like, to me, CPS should find something wrong with that. Anyway, I'm off my soapbox now.